What up, Dokkanners? Dokkan Now Volume 8 has been scheduled for the global side of the game. This is where we will be learning just who is coming up for SAIYAN Day, as well as all of the latest updates on Full Synchro. Both should be revealed in this video. It is set to drop March 14th, 1 hour after Global's daily reset. So in today's video, we're just going to quickly go over a couple of things, mainly just by going back to last year's video to see what they covered in last year's video. But like I said, SAIYAN Day, that is going to be revealed. So it would appear we're not going to be doing the whole hint thing this year, which is a bummer, because I actually very much enjoyed that, and I was really hoping that we would get those hints, but I guess they decided not to because their mind is focused more so on Full Synchro, so maybe they don't want to or whatever. So yeah, they're going to be covering SAIYAN Day, which means we will be learning who the new Dokkan Festival is and all of the Full Synchro stuff, which means I would expect that we will be getting this roadmap here, a global translated version of the roadmap, especially since we are both going to be getting Super Extremes The Awakenings here. Full Synchro needs to happen here. All of these things need to happen in the interim. So I would imagine they will be going over all of this stuff in the same way that they did for JP. Now, this is happening at 6 p.m. PDT, 1 hour after Global's daily reset. But the interesting thing here is that it's actually taking place 1 hour into maintenance. Maintenance is also going to be happening that same day, and they are going to be revealing this stuff while Global is in maintenance. Now, I'm sure Proton will correct me, so hopefully he does. I can't remember other times where this sort of thing has happened. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't, but the fact that this is happening on the early side of maintenance is a good thing, because I think this could be Dokkan making a conscious effort to possibly circumvent the data download spoiler issues. I don't know if this is going to be something that is addressed in this data download improvement section of the roadmap. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but for the simple reason that the data downloads typically happen towards the end of the maintenance period, having them reveal it in the early side is definitely good, because if it doesn't get revealed here, then by the time it hits 2:30 a.m., the whole world knows. Well, no, that's not true. Anyone who uses social media or YouTube or watches content creators will know who's coming up for SAIYAN Day. So Dokkan dropping this before that is very smart. And I hope that this is something that they continue to push moving forward. When Global and JP are in Full Synchro, there will still be, content drops, promotional stuff that happen on both sides of the game. I hope that they can do something to better handle the data download type situation, because while it is a nice, convenient thing for content creators, I do admit that I think the world would be better without being able to see what's coming up through the data download. It's not something that we need to know about. So, if they are to figure out a way around that, that would be great. I don't know if they could necessarily stop people from accessing it, but I do think that if they could find a way to kind of circumvent it, to at least reveal stuff to us before the data downloads do, that would be good. So we'll have to wait and see what they do with that. But let's now jump in. Actually, wait, before we do that, the maintenance was actually delayed. So we talked about this. Maintenance was set to go from 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which is Global's reset, to 2 a.m. I even tweeted this because this was the original date, 3/14, 5 p.m. PDT to 2 a.m. and it says scheduled, and then it says 5 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. I don't know why they would delay it before it even happens. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. I don't know. But I can tell you one thing. This is a fat maintenance. This is 9.5 hours. That is a lot of maintenance. So I would strongly recommend, and I will make a video on this tomorrow, to please burn up your stamina as much as possible, especially considering that they have already anticipated a delay to where they needed to add 30 minutes. I think there might be a lot of stuff going on in this data download, which means you want to be burning up that stamina. So once again, I will remind you guys in tomorrow's video, as I typically do on the day of maintenance. But yeah, this is a fat one, and I don't know why okay, sure. 9.5 hours. Have we ever had a maintenance that long before? Like planned maintenance? We've had maintenance that have gone like almost a day, but have we ever had maintenance that goes on for 9.5 hours that was planned? I don't know. So that could maybe shed some light on what's coming up. Maybe they're giving us a ton of content. Maybe the Super Easy is so gigantic that it needs more time to process. I don't know. So now let's go through and look at last year's Dokkan Now Volume 7. So I will tell you one thing. Koto is in this video. Koto will not be in the next video. She still works at Dokkan, I'm pretty sure, but she's obviously not on the front lines anymore. So we're just gonna go through and highlight what was covered in this video. The Dokkan Fest was covered. And actually, you know what, before we start this, let me show you how the timeline of events will occur. So I went back to last year's Saiyan Day celebration stuff. We had the Dokkan Now presentation before, then on the 15th at 1 a.m. Pacific. So this is essentially when we come out of maintenance. After maintenance is done, the Dokkan Now video would already have finished. We will then enter Dokkan with the Dokkan event teaser. So this is what we had last year with Beerus. Then if we go to the next stage here, this is when we got on the 17th of March is when the Saiyan Day celebration began. Because no matter what, on the 18th of March, that is when the Saiyan Day banners will be dropping. So for global, for me in California, it dropped on the 17th of March at 11:18 p.m., which is essentially March 18th. But for pretty much everybody else, it was already March 18th. So this is when it drops. It's a weird release, I know. This is going to be something that global players are going to have to get used to, because with full synchro, while it does accelerate the timeline, global players are able to see what's happening at the same time as JP. It does also mean that the banner releases are going to be shifted. It's going to be weird. And I think it's going to be happening a little bit later now, which means I think banners are going to be dropping at like 1 a.m. my time, which is typically like 2.5 hours after global's usual release. I can't say for sure. I don't pay attention to JP's release times, but yeah, get ready for something like that. But for this one, since this is joined, it's going to be weird anyway. But yeah, the banner celebration, all that stuff should be dropping the day prior. So that being said, let's jump in. So she first talks about and explains the significance of 318, SAIYAN, whatever. And then we have the theme, Battle of Gods. So this year, whatever your prediction is, feel free to share that in the comments. The theme, in my opinion, is going to be Broly. Dragon Ball Dragon Ball Z Movie 8 Broly. Talks about missions, how many stones we can get, and we then get the usual traditional 12 dragon stones. I would expect this to happen no matter what, at least 318, so 12 dragon stones. Then they talk about infinite Dragon Ball history coming up, so a new stage. I would imagine that will also be happening. Didn't they also announce burst mode? Burst mode will be available for the third time. So at this point, we already had 3 burst modes. At this point, I don't think we had this back then, but we also have the burst coin silver. So while some of you may write this off, it is still important to do these because burst mode does give you some useful skill orbs, which does matter. So after burst mode and some of the usual stuff, they talk about music collection. Okay, so I feel like in place of things like this, they will be more so talking about the roadmap. I feel like the roadmap will probably be first, maybe. But we'll see. This one was 11 minutes. I think this video is going to be like 20 something minutes, probably more, because there's a lot of stuff to cover. Then they talk about the LR EZA. So before the Dokkan Festival reveal, we get the LR Beerus and Whis EZA. And then after that, oh, and they actually go over the full thing. Yeah, they go over the full kit for the LR Beerus and Whis. And then we get to see the intro animation for Super Saiyan God. So something like that will happen this year. Whether it's Vegeta, whether it's Broly, Bardock, base Goku for the 1 trillionth time, we'll see. Whatever it is, whoever it is, as long as the unit is busted and has an extremely awesome intro animation, I think that will generate enough hype. If the intro animation is duty, then no. But you know what? I think it will be, because remember, like I said before, whatever this is, it has to also appease the JP players who are coming out of the most broken celebration in Dokkan history. You have to convince JP players to summon for a unit after summoning for Beast Gohan, after summoning for Blue Gogeta, full power DBS Broly. How do you do that with a measly TUR, right? So it is entirely on Dokkan to make sure they can sell this to the JP players. So it's gonna be good. It has to be, because this is joint. It has to be good. But yeah, this whole thing was really cool. And then they even go over the full kit. Or did she do a pose? Hold on. Super Saiyan God. Here's the character illustration. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it shows the whole character's kit right here. They go through this at lightning speed, so we will not be able to read this right away, but yeah, it goes over everything. What do you think? Don't miss on the chance to recruit him. And then they did this little bingo thing. I don't know if they're going to do all this stuff this time. This was, I mean, essentially just giving us more stuff, but it was a nice little change of pace. We typically just get info dumps and then that's it. Doing something a little bit more complex. I don't know if I want to say just a little bit more quirky, I think is nice. It adds a little bit of charm to the Dokkan Now presentations. So this was really nice because Koto would basically just pick up these bowls and that would fill out the bingo sheet. And then depending on whatever we got some stones. So hopefully they do something similar this year. Maybe it'll be something thematically related to whatever the Dokkan Festival theme is. And that was it. So 12 Dragon Stones plus an additional 7 from the share campaign, whatever other stuff they got from this. What did they get from this one? We got 18 Dragon Stones. Oh, let's go. Got 18. Sweet. Yeah, a bunch of cool things here. So it could all be condensed down to like 5 minutes, but that's not what the spectacle is all about. So I would expect at least a 20-minute video going over all of these things and the new Dokkan Festival. I can't wait. I am still trying to decide if I want to live stream this because we won't have Dokkan available while we're watching this, but we'll see. So hopefully you guys are just as hyped as I am for whatever it is that is coming up. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts, your theories, your predictions on what is going to be coming up for Saiyan Day 2024. What sort of gimmick or stone giveaway theme are they going to share with us in the video? If you have any other theories that you would like to share with the class, let me know in the comments down below. Also be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you ladies know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.